Dang it, Bobby, part two, because I hit the stop button instead of the pause button. Now I've got to edit this thing. One time I had this tin off, and I looked in here and thought, oh yay, if I ever have to turn the engine over, I can just engage the PTO clutch, pop a wrench on that nut on the front of that thing, and yeah, I can turn the engine over that way, because it's hard, you can't from under the hood. And then a few weeks later I realized, dang, Charlie, freaking idiot, you don't have to take that panel off any. Well, there's the nut right there. There's the pulley right there. The grill pops off. You grab it and it pops off. Hang on, man. Let's look at this hood. This thing drove me nuts, man. For one thing, there was a crack right there, right in the middle. I'll show you how I fixed it. Hang on, gotta sneeze again. Okay, sorry guys. So it had a crack right there. I'll show you how I mended it, and I did a pretty good job. It looks nice. I went through hell trying to get this hood to latch down correctly, and I don't like pressing it down in the middle. Puts too much pressure right there, even though it's far stronger now than it was when it was new because of my repair. Regardless, I like to go like this. And when I open the hood, I put one hand on either side down here and lift up instead of pulling up here, right? But watch this hood pop down positively. Watch. See that? Click, it went down. I'm going to pause you and open the hood and show you why. For one thing, this piece of spring steel right here that it latches down on was crooked. It was only touching one corner and it was hanging up. And for two, no matter what I did, I could not get it to latch down positively until I spaced this down with that washer you see in there. And having done that, that spring steel goes up into here nicely and click, goes into place. Here's the repair I did on the hood. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare, but I bridged the brake with a small bolt. I don't know what it is, probably a 1024 machine screw or bolt, whatever it was. Cut the head off, just used the threaded part, and then I buried it. I laid it in there and buried it in JB Weld steel reinforced epoxy. These things you see right here and then on the other side, they're just little pads. They're bumper pads. I also put a felt bumper pad on each side here so that they wouldn't sit there, you know, when it's idling. Not that they did, but they're not now. Hang on. My LED headlights. The one in the middle was just a long kind of little strip light that I had that I repurposed. Then I bought a proper connector for each side that accepts a type 1156 lamp. And then I bought LED replacement lamps for the type 1156. And just did a quick 5-minute hokey wiring job, but it works. I'll show you the lights from the front in a minute when I close the hood. I'm going to pause you again, show you the hour meter. The original hour meter gave up the ghost at 1,247 hours. I've talked about this before, man. So I just bought an El Cheapo and I made a little adapter and stuck it in there. Documented the original hours on the original. And my plan, my grand plan, just for fun, even though I don't need to, I'm going to rebuild the Onan engine. Probably late summer. When I'm caught up with the yard work, it's coming out of there and I'm tearing it down. I'm going to do a complete rebuild, and after that I'm installing a new hour meter, an OEM one at 0 hours. And I've documented everything. However many hours are on El Cheapo, I'll save that meter too. What else do I want? I've talked about the cooked electrical connection in that last several videos I did. Not going to babble about it again, even though I'd like to. What else did I? Oh yeah, I figured I found how you gain access to the shock, the little pneumatic shock. It might be oil filled. Regardless, it's there, so you can't do that. You know what I mean? It slows down your motion and keeps you from getting whiplash and shit. The reason I had this all apart in the first place, sorry, I think I gave you the finger there with my left hand. I do that like that. It needed a new ignition switch, a new key switch. For 15 bucks, I got a nice one, man. It came with a key with a boot on it, and this key actually has, it's a normal key. You can't see that. The other one, you could have started it with your fingernail or something, you know what I mean? So that's grand. And a little stressed right now about my little red balls. I tried painting this one with acrylic red paint, and it's too flat color looking. No shine, man. This one shine, but my top ball has turned on. I'm stressed over my little red balls, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So anything else to talk about with the hood open? Nope. So let me close the hood again. Let me pause you and look around. Hang on. I'm a big fan of taking some paint and painting the top of your battery posts. You know why. D. Gain, may your soul rest in peace forever and evermore after that. Hey guys, lest you don't think I'm a dumbass and do stupid shit. What's that? What's that? A neodymium magnet that are crazy strong. What's on the magnet? Oh, that's sandpaper I glued to the magnet. Why? Now, it just so happens that's a 15/16, which fits the bolts on my 3-point hitch, right? And it's useful for that, but I never have to mess with them. But that's not the point. The point is, D. Gain's 15/16 wrench rests on top of this deck here. Click. Click. Why? Mr. D. Gain didn't even own this tractor. He was an old man whose tools I inherited 50 years ago. Thank you, sir. Ooh, I should have closed the garage back door a long time ago. It got quiet and the glare went away. Here, man, you want to see my voltmeter in action? Check it out. The battery was at like 12.7 volts, I think, last time I checked with my DMM. Check it out. 12.8 volts. I told you guys, you note the battery indicator isn't on. It'll come on at about 12.5 volts, just like it should. And now with my new key switch, and now with my new 25 amps automatically resetting fuse that was rusted out that I replaced. Whew. I didn't say that very well. You know what I mean, man. Now this digital voltmeter matches the battery voltage. It's not 0.7 or 0.8 volts lower with nothing running, with no current draw like it was. That voltage drop roasted the key switch. Okay, oh, there it goes. Came on at 12.5 volts, just like I thought. Here, man, let me turn it off and back on again so the time delay module doesn't time out on me. I told you I'd show you the headlights. Tail lights are on. Damn, things are bright, man. They're blindingly bright. Looks like it's lopsided. Why is its right side bigger than it's left. Damn. Kind of reminds me of my ex. Oh, man, she didn't deserve all that. She's a good lady. What else did I do, man? I gotta wrap this shit up. I lubricated all the brake linkages since I had access to it all. Works nice. Not really much else to say. Oh, I know what I want to show you guys. Here, man. I need my security blanket. I'm like Linus on Charlie Brown. Even though I'm more like a pig pen. It's true, man. Everywhere I go, man. A stench, a cloud of dust, and flies. Look at that. It's grabby, isn't it? It's grabby. Now, I did tighten up my chains. They were pretty damn loose. And I wonder what someone used this machine for, man. Hang on, am I zoomed in? No. I could tell that it was used for some working because, for one thing, it's got this, I don't know what you want to call it, flat bar on its, a drawbar. Are these the drawbars? That and that? I don't know. Anyway, you want to see something that's a hoot, man? I have a utility trailer that's on the side yard. And every now and then I pull it out, right? So I can mow and clean under it and weed whack. And so I use this to pull it out. Man, my back is old. And every time I wanted to go do that, the ball was hanging down. Guys, don't let your balls hang down. Pick them up, man. See, look at this. It's staying upright. You know why? Look at that wire I bent up for it. You might note that the wire takes a jog downward. Each one does, right? And it puts this attachment point on the center line of this bar. Because that's a pretty thick bar, man. And I found a door closer spring that wasn't being used. Puts lots. It's pretty tight. And the spring allows it to stay. It stays perfect as it rises up and down. And not perfect. The ball might tip a little bit one way or the other. Thank you, Mr. D. Gain. What do you think, man? Doug, Dave, Donald, Darren, Darius. I'm babbling, so I guess there's nothing much else to talk about here. I painted the raised parts on the dashboard, and all I had was ceramic, white ceramic, and I had some antiqued white ceramic, and I use those for doing my vintage tabletop radio restorations. At first I didn't like it, but now I think it looks striking. And yeah, not much else to say. I saw this in a $5 bin at Tractor Supply, and I bought it, and it's a nice knob. I like grabbing my knob when I'm mowing. I don't know about you. Snow plowing too. Oh, I love to hold on to my knob when I'm snow plowing. I realized the original John Deere kind of has a metal spoon that comes up and over this part of the steering wheel. The original John Deere knob is moved in ever so slightly, maybe 3/8 of an inch farther inward. And man, it might not sound like much, but when you're a fat man like me, man, that's really the only annoyance I've ever experienced with this tractor while plowing snow was that my damn glove kept whacking my coat where my belly is. Which is why I moved the seat slightly. I moved it back 1 inch, man. And it took some fiddling around to get it right, but I finally did. I'll show that in the future after things are put back together, okay? I see my videos going on 15 minutes. I really don't want to forget anything, though. Oh, I know. You want to see a grin, guys. If you're not a John Deere dude, I think at one time when they engineered this tractor, this bar is connected to the brake, the back brake. You can steer this tractor with back brakes. I found that just amazingly handy a few times. Once while plowing, a couple times while mowing in ditches. That spring adjusts how much tension is on the pedal once the brake engages. You know what I mean? How much pressure you're putting on the brake shoes. That's what that bar does. The pedal, it won't focus. The pedal returning is always, I could tell it's an issue because when that linkage gets dirty, this thing wouldn't return. One side wouldn't, the left pedal wouldn't, the right pedal would. And it's working good now because I gave it some love, you know. But I could tell that return tension was an issue and that spring was an afterthought in engineering. What do you think, guys, about John Deere just slapping a washer upside that bar and tacking it a couple places with a welder and calling it done? They probably had 10,000 of these bars in stock and they realized, oh shit, we got to fix these. I'm kneeling down. I'm going to pause you and stand up. These Tygon fuel lines, when I had this deck off just recently here to give it a going over, I put those protectors around the Tygon. Even though what it's laying on doesn't move, but you've got vibration and stuff. And even though Tygon is wicked good tubing, the kidney dialysis machines I used to maintain were plumbed entirely with Tygon. It's impervious to formaldehyde and bleach and any other chemical, gasoline and any other solvent you throw at it. And it's very abrasion resistant. Very expensive tubing. Yeah, not too much else to say. Oh yeah, one more thing, guys, about mounting tires. Check the tread out on these tires. That is a wicked tread, man. I was going to get a set of big-ass knobby tires for the back, but dang, man, I want to use this thing in my yard, man. And if the yard's soft, those things chew it up. I'd actually like to have 2 sets of rims for the front and have lawn tires and plowing tires, because that's what those are, man. They're my plowing tires. Hey, guys, when mounting your tires, I'm a fucking retired engineer type who put his ass through college wrenching on cars. Let me ask you a question. Where's the valve stem? That's right. That's right. I'm an idiot. I'm straight up an idiot. Nothing else to say, man. My 1-year annual with John Deere with Jed. Why Jed? My middle name is Fred. That's why. I talked about my hokey-ass gas cap repair before. And there's nothing else to say, so... From your dear friend Blozo, the Humble Ham, with his supervisor and boss, Blitzen, a.k.a. Baby Boy, Oh man, we had to go to the store today. We were in Kyle's Prius. Blitzy was in the back seat, and a guy on a motorcycle pulled up on our back bumper. Not real close. He wasn't being an idiot. He just pulled up behind us at a red light. That's the only thing he was guilty of. Blitzing went off. Oh, he did not like that. He was pissed off. And that's when I realized his barking pattern. When he issues a sharp bark, it's an alert bark. It's to alert me. When he's angry as shit and wants to destroy somebody, his bark, it sounds like R-O, rope, just like that. And the pattern is once, then 3, 1, 3, rope, 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 just like that. Yeah, I think I just said something to him. Anyway, man, from me, Chuck, and Blitzen, take care. And 73, if you're a mower dude, 73 in ham radio language, the whole world over, it means best regards. Okay, guys, 73, take it easy, be well, and enjoy the summer. Bye now.